Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another day on Manifold. We finished the iron farm last time, as well as started work on a kelp farm, although that didn't work quite as we expected. We had a lot of kelp flowing out the sides. Today, we have a number of things in store, but first, I'm going to start off by doing a quick mining session. Just going mining for a bit, listening to a podcast, having a little bit of a nice, relaxing morning, and then we'll get started with some more farms. So let's get to that mining, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Ever since quarantine started, my schedule has changed so much and my daily rhythms have changed so much that I end up not listening to podcasts as nearly as much anymore. I'm not driving as much, so I'm not listening to podcasts as much while I'm driving. And just during my day, the times when I would listen to podcasts before just aren't there anymore and are filled with something else. And so it's not even that I'm too busy or anything to listen to podcasts. It's just I haven't sort of fit them back into my daily rhythm, which is too bad because there's a lot of podcasts that I'm following and I'm very, very behind on. And so some days I'll remember and catch up on a few podcasts, listen to 3 hours or so, and then not touch that podcast for a couple weeks, and then I'll be behind again. So I'm really trying to catch up. And I mean, that makes it sound like it's a chore to listen to the podcast, but no, I mean, I genuinely enjoy it. I just have to fit it back into my daily rhythm. So fitting that back in wherever I can, especially in the mornings. It's nice to just sort of sit, relax, and listen to whatever it may be from the few podcasts that I'm following. Well, hopefully I can fit that back into my daily rhythm. I finished mining for a little over an hour, and I also after I finished mining, went and collected some logs. Got about 3 stacks, I think. So we are pretty good on resources for the time being. Yesterday, off camera, I actually got started on another one of our farms that are on our to-do list. So specifically, I built a very small pork chop farm in the Nether. So that is something we can cross off our list, and I can go show that to you guys right now. We are here above the Nether ceiling, and the first thing I built is this pig farm over here. So as you can see, it's very small. Not very large at all, just a single platform and a single pit here. And I don't think we'll be able to see it, but there's lava in there, which will kill the pigs. Maybe we can go up a little bit. So this farm is based on a design by RaiseWorks. There's a spawning platform here with a bunch of torches so that the light level is high enough so that only hoglins will be able to spawn. When the hoglins spawn, they'll be scared by these, what are those called again? Warped fungus, I believe their name. Yeah, the warped fungus. And they'll try to get away from the warped fungus, and they'll run toward this pit here. Because of the trap doors on the pits, the hoglins think that they're able to run across and down these steps here to get away safely, but they can't, and end up just falling into the lava, dying. And since they died in the lava while burning, they drop cooked pork chop, which means we don't even have to cook the pork chop, we just get it pre-cooked. Items will get picked up by these hoppers and put into the chest, and man, is this farm efficient. I already brought about half of the cooked pork chop back to our base, and I can collect this up as well. So as you can see, empty chest. I built scaffolding all the way up to the top of the world. And what that does essentially is if you're, well, the game will only ever try to spawn things a distance of 128 blocks within 128 blocks from you. So if we're 128 or just less than 128 blocks above the spawning platform, if you picture a sphere around the player, the only thing inside that 128 block distance is that spawning platform. So all of the game's spawning attempts will only happen on that platform and nowhere else. So it makes the farm run a lot more efficient because there's no pigmen or other stuff in the nether that's taking up all that space. So built a little transparent block platform up here with a chest to put your stuff, just to make AFKing a little safer, just in case you somehow die or fall off. You don't lose all your stuff and it despawns. It's up in this chest here safely. But so you can't see from down here, but all the game's spawning attempts should be going to that platform. So if I hit tab, that first number there should be the hostile mobs. So you see 2 out of 70, 2 Hoglins just spawned down there, and then they should go die. Okay, so the 2 just died. And now it's 0 out of 70 hostile mobs that are on the server. There we go. 4 Hoglins just spawned. Oh, 2 more. 1 more just spawned. And now they're getting killed by the lava. And it's back down to 0. So we can go back down and see. I mean, what was that? Maybe a minute or 2. The farm works surprisingly fast. I wouldn't be surprised if we have 20 or so pork chops there already. Maybe a little more. So you remember we had nothing in the chest when we went up. And now, yeah, there we go. 26 pork chop and 5 leather. So I'll take that with me. But you can see how fast this farm works. You can AFK for an hour. Because what was that? I mean, that was way less than 5 minutes. But even if in 5 minutes that was half a stack, then over the course of an hour, you're going to get 6 stacks at least. You know, for sure, you're probably going to get a lot more. So this is easily going to give us more than enough food that we'll ever need for this server. So I'm very happy with that. Of course, you can build much larger, much more efficient farms, able to get tons more pork chops than even what we have, but it's just not something we need right now. In order to get to the Nether Portal that's on top of the bedrock in the Nether, I've had to place a Nether Portal pretty high in the world. As you can see, we're way above everything else down there. And so the way I've been getting up and down is just this water stream right here, which works. You're able to swim up and fall down, but it's a little bit messy and not the prettiest or necessarily the fastest. So what would be nice of this is if we had a water elevator with soul sand and magma blocks at the bottom and be able to go up and down without having to swim, but just be able to walk in, go straight up, or walk in and go straight down. So I think I'm going to work on building that over there right now. I decided to build the farm out of polished granite because, well, we have a ton of granite and there's nothing else really to use it for, so may as well use it for something. So as you can see, I finished the water elevator, so it goes all the way up to the Nether Portal. There's soul sand over here and a magma block, so if I go on the right side, I'll be brought up all the way up to the platform in the clouds right now. There's a little railing up against here, so there's no way I can walk off unless I shift. And we're at the Nether Portal, and I can go back in the right side, and I'll be brought back down, pulled down by the magma block here. And I can just walk out. Got to sneak out to prevent taking damage on the magma block, and that's all there is to it. Didn't take too long, but looks a lot nicer. I kind of want a road that goes from here to back to the base, or back near the base, because right now it's just kind of sprinting through the forest. So I might work on that as well, or maybe I'll leave that till later. I'm not sure yet, but I started taking down some trees so that I can build the road through here. So I've decided on a pretty simple road design here. It's just a stair, 2 slabs, and then another stair block. So there's this wide little path with little curbs on either side. So right now I'm connecting it up to this ravine where we've made our base, over up here, and you can see, of course, the platform that has the Nether Portal up there. And so I've ran all the slabs, but not all the stairs yet. And I'm trying to figure out how to connect up these stairs with everything else that's going on. So I was thinking I could do, So this is what that looks like without the stair blocks even. It's just the stone brick blocks without the stairs on them. I don't think that looks bad. I think that looks all right. It feels a little bit strange, but I think that compared to yeah, this just feels like a little bit too much of a guardrail, in my opinion. Yeah, this should be fine. I like the look of that. All right, so the road, well, at least this portion of the road is all finished. I like this road design because it makes it very easy to, oh, 1 block missing. Makes it very easy to create new paths and intersections. With this part of the road and this tower here now finished, there is something else that I want to show, and you can see it in the background there. Oh, fell in a hole. You can see it in the background there, and I'll tell you guys what it is once we get over to it. I fell in another hole. Also, there's a cow. Oh, and pillagers. Interesting. Did pillagers really fall in my... Wow. Okay. So as you can see, this is a bamboo farm. It's a long line of bamboo planted, and there's minecart lines running underneath and a flying machine. at this end over here so that when I launch the flying machine, it'll go knock down all the bamboo and cause the minecarts to go racing off, picking up all the bamboo and bringing it back over here into these chests. And as you can see, there's 10 chests here, and each one has, well, at least 9 stacks of bamboo. So, that's something around the order of 90, maybe 100 stacks of bamboo that we've already gotten from this thing. And I think my friend and I built it up yesterday, day before, something like that. So very, very fast, just because there's so many pieces of bamboo that are growing, right? So we can come over here and activate it. Of course, planning on changing the activation system, but at the moment, this is sort of the what we have. So you saw the minecarts raced off and came back, and of course they didn't pick up much because everything's still being broken. But when the flying machine comes and parks, it'll activate this observer again. So the minecarts get sent off twice total, once when the flying machine leaves and once when the flying machine comes back. And what I want to do with this, so as you can see, flying machine just came back, and the minecarts just went off, and now they're coming back. And that should mean that there's no bamboo sitting, well, there's that sitting up there, but there should be no bamboo sitting on the floor. And sure enough, I don't really see any, so the hopper minecarts did their job. Unfortunately, a few pieces of bamboo, 9 pieces of bamboo, got pushed through this hole here, and there's not really much I can do about that. Ultimately, it's going to get sort of wasted either way. I'm thinking of plugging some of these gaps. Actually, that's why I have this terracotta. So something like, since this won't stick here up to here, so the flying machine will be able to fit through, but that will block some of the pieces coming through. And same thing on this side. 1, 2, 3. And so that will, let's test it. Yeah, so the flying machine goes through unimpeded, but that should block some of the things coming through. And of course, we could build this glass wall up higher in the front to block when they do grow tall. What I want to do with this is take these 10 chests of bamboo and hook them up to furnaces, and I can build a furnace array that will automatically smelt items. It'll only be 10 furnaces, unfortunately, but what that means is it'll use the bamboo to smelt the items rather than us having to put in coal or something like that. So we can always use coal for like small stuff, but bamboo isn't super efficient. But with this farm, hopefully getting us a lot of bamboo, that will mean we'll be able to still smelt relatively large things, right? So with this, since there's 9, 10, almost 16 stacks. Let's just call it 16 stacks. 16 stacks of bamboo can smelt 4 stacks of items. With 10 chests here, that's 40 stacks of items. So not quite a full double chest, but just with this smelting 40 stacks of items, that's sort of enough for us right now. And the nice thing about this is it's always possible to make it longer. Or wider. It's a little bit more effort to make it wider, but it's really easy to just go to the end here, right? You just add more rail lines, add more dirt, and just move this back wall back, and it would be dead easy to add more length to this farm, and as a result, get a lot more bamboo. Well, everyone, I wish that we could build up that furnace array right now, but if we check the time, it is the end of the episode, unfortunately. So If you think I deserved it, please give this video a like or subscribe to my channel to see new updates from this lovely land of Manifold. And first thing next episode, we will definitely build up that furnace array. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good day.